How do I hold it like a baby? Like,
sure.
How do you... What's up, guys? Today I figured I'd talk to you guys a little bit about my tire setup. Through a lot of trial and error, I've kind of figured out what my favorite tire setup is. I'm a bigger guy. In the bike community, it seems like everybody's like 150 pounds. I weigh like 210-ish, somewhere around there. And I've had a lot of trouble with durability with tires in the past. MAXXIS has kind of become my go-to. I had a pair of Schwabies that the knobby nicks that they handled great, but I had a lot of punctures. I had some sidewall cuts, and for around here, I really shouldn't have that issue because we don't really have rocks or anything too crazy. So got tired of it. Went back to MAXXIS. I'm running now the Forekaster in the front and the Ardent in the rear, which I'll show you here in a little bit. I'm running these tires on a 2017. It's an Intense Spider. It's kind of a mix between a cross country and a trail bike, so this is kind of the perfect set of tires for it. Originally, I wasn't a big fan of the Ardent. They came stock on my Giant Fathom, the hardtail that I bought before I got my full suspension, and they seemed okay at first, but in the summers here, our dirt gets really dusty. It gets like a thick layer of dust on top, and they just don't seem to have enough bite in the front. If you're like me, you really like to push through corners as fast as you can. We don't have a lot of berms. We have a lot of flat, dusty corners. So if you don't have enough sidewall or side knob bite and you don't have enough transition knobs, you'll find the front end sliding around a bunch, no matter how much you weight it. So ended up trying out the Forekaster. It's a great tire. It's actually lighter than the Ardent, which is weird because it's almost more of an all-mountain tire than the Ardent is. But as you can see here, the knobs are a little bit bigger. I'll try to get it close here. But the side knobs are bigger. It's got bigger transition knobs, and it's overall just kind of got a little bit more bite to it. It doesn't have that vague feeling in the front like the Ardent does, so it works out a lot better as a front tire. I think it'd be a great rear tire too. It doesn't seem very slow, and like I said, it's lightweight. So for me, my trails are more cross-country trails for what it is, but I like to, ride as aggressive as I can. So I like a little bit more of an aggressive tire in the front so you don't wash out like I was talking about earlier. But yeah, overall, this stuff handles everything from XC riding, like the stuff that's near my house, all the way to, I went to Brown County this year and rode flow trails, like downhill fast flow trails with berms, all that stuff. Handled it fine. I didn't slide one time. And that was in the dry season. So yeah, all around great tire. Definitely recommend it as a front tire for cross country or trail riding. And yeah, I can't really say anything negative about it. It's been great. As far as the rear tire goes, the Ardent has, the one that I hated on the front originally, has kind of become my favorite rear tire. It's a little bit heavier than the Forekaster, which is okay. You kind of beat up your rear tire anyways. I've gotten a few tiny punctures, but nothing that the sealant didn't just seal up immediately. It's a little bit quicker rolling. You can see it's got those ramp knobs in the middle. And the braking power is pretty decent. Under hard braking in the dust, you'll feel it skid around a little bit, but it's still got a decent amount of bite to it. And like I said, it's fast rolling in the middle. The side knobs, once you really lay it over, are pretty good. So the fact that it was a little skittish in the front really isn't as big of a deal on the back end of the bike. So if your bike's going to slide around, you'd rather have the back of it slide around a little bit more than the front. Kind of makes for a fun ride. But yeah, it's fast rolling. It's light enough for cross country. It's tough enough for trail riding, and it's durable. I've put a lot of miles on these things, and they're really just now showing the wear. I put around 300 miles on these tires, and they've held up really well, even with a decent amount of road riding on them. So they're durable, fast, not the very lightest thing in the world, but they have a tough casing, and that's something that I like. It just seems more reliable. I had issues with my knobby nicks when I'd ride through like hard berms, or I'd like pump down through like a creek bed or something. The sidewalls are so soft that the tire would start to roll. Like I actually rolled my tire sideways on the rim a few times with the Schwabies. And I've run the same pressures on these tires, and I've never had that issue. So they just have a little more support to the sidewall, which for me, being over 200 pounds is a big deal. It may not be if you're like 150 pounds or something like that. So if you guys are looking for a light, durable, and grippy set of tires that are good for cross country and a little bit of trail riding, I don't think you can really beat this combo. they've just worked out great for me, and especially if you're a little bit heavier of a rider, you kind of are harder on tires, I would suggest these over Schwabe's any day of the week. But yeah, if you like this video, like and subscribe, drop some comments if you have questions about the tires, and thanks for watching.